What are we doing?
We're doing
the Big Moter Small Blade Podcast.
Brought to you by
whatever Ryan's power washing
service. Whatever that is.
And Subway.
Allegedly.
The devil went down to Georgia. Buddy went down the Subway to get a full throttle Kevin Harvick ham sandwich.
As a grown-up.
Duh.
Because you like NASCAR too.
Money. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am a grown-up and I like NASCAR. I feel like that's like never mind. I can't say that.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, I'll text it to you later. It's pretty funny what I was about to say.
All right.
Anyway, hello. Welcome to the Big Motor Small Blade Podcast. Post Hotlanta, or you could call it A.S.S. Atlanta Super Speedway, A.S.S. for short. This was a race that happened and a thing that happened. Let's talk about it.
It was indeed a thing that happened.
Yes, it was.
And we are going to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, good. And if you would like to hear us keep talking about it, please subscribe and follow and keep listening. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Follow us on all the things. Most importantly, though, subscribe on YouTube and subscribe, whatever you do on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You should do that. It's good for your health. Or don't. I don't give a shit. So Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Hotlanta. It was a race. It was a super speedway race for the first time. To give a little backstory, Atlanta, the cheese grater asphalt that destroyed tires and produced. Dude, I'm busy right now.
Happy cat report.
It's not time for the happy cat Kevin Harvick report. Give me a minute, dude.
Yeah, he's jumping the shark over there.
Yeah, he is. Gosh, what are you doing? He's trying to knock over my sheet metal in the background. But anyway, Atlanta. Sheet metal. Yeah, apparently. Atlanta used to be, abrasive surface. Great racing for the drivers. Let's be honest, subpar racing for entertainment factor. Part of that was the 550 package. Part of that was
the Gen 6 car.
Yeah, Gen 6 car just wasn't fantastic. But all we needed was if you were a true racing fan, for instance, I didn't love Atlanta. I didn't dislike Atlanta. We went to Atlanta last July and I fell in love with it because you could sit there and watch everything that was going on, watch the guys fighting the cars, and it was fun to watch. Yeah. And then they decided to repave it, which was inevitable. But then they decided not just to repave it, but they decided to make it a super speedway. Yeah. They decided to, instead of just repaving the 55-foot wide, 24-degree banked racetrack, that they're going to make it 28 degrees and make it 40 feet wide and make it Daytona's little brother. And now we have what happened today. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things. It's like, why? But okay. I don't know.
That's what I think about Atlanta.
Gosh bless you, my sir.
Thank you.
Corey Taylor bless you.
Corey Taylor bless me. They massacred my boy. This is the only way I can feel about this.
My boy.
They
Who's your boy?
What's the cheese grater asphalt? But they massacred him.
Hold on. Was it this?
Oh, you got some of my cheese grater asphalt over there. There's my boy.
Hold up.
There's my boy.
Yeah, I got a jar of the old asphalt.
I bet that shit stank.
Is that your boy right there?
It used to be.
Your boy's rocks now. Hold on. We gotta smell it. It smells like asphalt. Like it doesn't smell horrible like the Bristol dirt.
Yeah, I never opened my jar of dirt.
Yeah,
Speaking
it
of jar
don't.
of
It
dirt,
smells fucking awful.
where did my jar of dirt go? There it is. Jar of dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, don't smell it. We'll save that for the. Actually, I'll put this up here.
I mean, I had damn near enough of it on my face after the Bristol dirt race. Anyway, we'll get there. That's several weeks from now.
Yeah, we'll smell our dirt once that time comes.
You can smell your dirt. Stick. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, they massacred my boy. They took a great racetrack that provided great racing. I don't care if anybody agrees with me or not. And they made it this. I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. But we'll get there, I guess.
Let's yeah, I mean, you've never been a big fan of super speedway racing. I think here's the thing: you don't want to oversaturate things. This is what they wanted the 550 package to be.
Yeah,
this is exactly what they wanted it to be,
100%.
and they failed to do it. Now they have a car that doesn't drive horrendously. And now they have a 1.5 mile track where they can actually run full throttle.
Yeah.
And so
the concern is that they're going to take this as the mold.
This is not that. This is not what they need to do.
I'm not saying that's what they need to do. I'm saying that's what they're going to do. They are thinking about it right now.
I can only imagine what the NASCAR poll question is going to be after this race. The fan poll questions that they send out.
We'll get emails. Or I don't think I'm actually a part of the fan council anymore. I quit that shit because it wasn't worth a damn. Because the questions would be like, hey, would you rather have every track be like this Atlanta race or shoot 10 puppies a day? And I'm sorry, I would rather shoot 10 puppies a day. Oh.
You said that shit. I fucking heard you say that shit. I don't know that you can't say that shit. But you know what? Whatever. You're not wrong.
That's kind of the way they word
You're really not wrong. That's exactly how they work it. So for anyone who's listening to this and doesn't realize what we're referencing to, these are the type of questions they ask if you're on the fan council. Like
they're always
they don't ask you if you want to shoot puppies because we all know the answer to that. Yeah.
Yes. But they're worded.
Yes. I mean, no. Yes, we know the answer. No, we don't want to shoot puppies.
Yeah. The questions are always worded like, would you rather like experience nuclear fallout or watch the 550 package? And it's like, well, fuck yeah. Out of those options, yes, I would rather watch the 550 package. But
that makes one of us.
Jesus Christ. Normal people would say, I would rather watch the 550 package.
It is.
You and I are different. But it's like, I mean, obviously we're exaggerating by, a scale of
obviously.
one.
But these are the type of question, and there's a legitimate fear that this could be a the fuck was that?
Happy cat.
Yeah. There's a legitimate fear that this could be a snowball effect where, okay, like Ross Chastain said in his post-race interview, let's resurrect Kentucky and add 35 degrees of banking and go full throttle around there, or like something stupid like that. No, that being said, this race was fine for what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we saw the typical things that happen at a super speedway race. I thought I want to say I enjoyed this more than a typical super speedway race, but that is not correct. It is not exactly like a super speedway race.
No, the runs are a lot faster here.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Really?
What
I felt like they were slower.
really
Because you didn't have guys like running over each other like you would at a super speedway.
it seemed like you couldn't push as much, like because like at
No, you
Daytona and
absolutely.
Talladega, you can pretty much shove all the way through a corner.
Yeah.
Here
The
you
cars were
can't.
too on edge.
Yeah, and I wonder, and that's another thing too that you and I talked about is these new going to a track for the first time with the new car. NASCAR needs to allow the teams to have about 2 hours of practice,
Yeah.
and then maybe start to do the low amount of practice.
Yeah, like 50
after
minutes.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Like especially these first time around the tracks with this new car. Yeah, give them a happy hour, give them a pre-qualifying practice. But yeah, after that,
the a lot of the tire problems were rear camber issues, right?
Yeah, it was the guys were, putting a little bit too much rear camber in it, which is new for this year.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been able to do that before, but now they have an independent rear suspension. They're able to do that. But yeah, like you were saying, give them a couple practices at these, first time around these tracks with the new car. And then once you get to like Atlanta in July, okay, give them 50 minutes of practice, whatever. You had a whole entirely too long of a race in the spring to in a practice session. That kind of brings me to next topic. This race was entirely too long.
Yeah.
Like
500-mile Atlanta races have been for a while, and it didn't change.
500-mile races in general
are usually
take out Daytona for the 500 and Darlington and the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah,
there's no
happy camp.
I don't really see too much of a reason why we need 500-mile races.
Yeah, especially, I mean, how many do we have now?
Texas is a 500-mile races. Both Talladega races are 500 miles. Yeah. I'm sure I'm forgetting
probably something one more. Else. But so yeah, we got like 6 or 7 500-mile races.
There's no reason that this should be we should have this many 500-mile races, just because you look at years ago when NASCAR was big. Sure, yeah, there wasn't as much to watch on TV. You weren't in this whole, everybody now, they have phones, their attention spans are short. Whereas now there wasn't as much to do, wasn't as much to watch. So yeah, someone would sit down to watch a 4.5 hour, cup race. Now there's so much else to do. And you look at, I think a lot of my opinion for this is, I've been saying this for a while, but also I think is skewed because I woke up this morning, watched an F1 race, which I've never done in my entire life. But I binge watched Drive to Survive, and I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And it was literally like the perfect rate. Well,
length
could have been a little bit longer, just a touch longer. Like it was 57 laps at, I think, Bahrain. Yeah. And I think maybe, I don't know, 65 laps, whatever time that it amounts to. They're 20, 30 minutes of race, whatever. It was a solid time slot for a race.
Yeah.
And then IndyCar at Texas comes on, and it was 248 laps around Texas Motor Speedway. And realistically, that's 248 laps too long. But if we're being politically correct, that's not what I was trying to say. If we're being reasonable, that was probably, I felt like that race was like 100 laps too long. It seemed like to me. It just seemed like it took forever.
It's about 100K too long. I don't know what that would
but it's also IndyCars at Texas. I've always not really cared for it too much, even when they did the pack racing.
I hate, me, I hate pack racing. So.
Yeah. And then this race was, 4.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, we were 2 hours into the race and we were just at halfway.
Yeah.
like, or not even there.
It's like, I mean, what, this race didn't end till like 7:30 or something, did it not?
Yeah, it started about 3:30.
It's like, Jesus.
And
I mean, that's what I've been saying about Martinsville too. When you talked about the 400 lap thing, I was like, we don't need a 4-hour Martinsville race. And that you're like, yeah, we do. We need 2 4-hour Martinsville races.
look, man, I like Martinsville, but
I like Martinsville too, but
that was very biased. Yeah, if we're being realistic, yeah, we don't. And here's
real quick. One of the big things that NASCAR has been trying to do for a long time is cut down on the amount of lull time during the race. Yeah. And they keep doing things, packages, stages, whatever. You know what would take care of that pretty much instantaneously is cut the race in fucking half almost. You would accomplish exactly not in half, but
500K races like we did in
500K
COVID.
Yeah, you would immediately achieve what you've been trying to achieve for a long time. You would just have to not call it a 500-mile race, which it doesn't matter if it's 500K race, you're still going to call it 500. It doesn't
exactly. And that's like to give some perspective, if you don't know what we did when COVID hit, we raced midweek races to make up for the schedule that we were missing. And some of the tracks we couldn't go to, so we substituted them. And what we did is we ran 500-kilometer races instead of 500 milers or 400 milers. And it was like the perfect amount. It was like the perfect number of laps.
Yeah.
We did it at Darlington. We did it at Charlotte. And it was perfect. We have a good gauge on how much those races are. We used to have a 500-mile race at Charlotte and a 600-mile. And then we had a 400-mile race at Darlington now, and a 500-mile race there every year, the Southern 500.
Yeah.
And it was like these 500-kilometer races were perfect. I think we need to go to more of that.
Yeah. Like
there's no reason we should have 2 500-mile Talladega races. I'm sorry.
No,
it's going to end up in the same scenario at the end. And that's where I'm kind of getting at here is there's no reason for this race to be 500 miles because it just prolonged the inevitability of we're going to wreck at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of low points in the race that was very entertaining. I feel like for a lot of people, I found a lot of entertainment in it, but also it was almost like it was too much. It was like if this race would have been 100 laps shorter, maybe even more. Like there were parts of the race where I was like, okay, this is exciting, but like none of this matters right now.
Yeah. It's kind of the argument back when we went to Daytona for the Clash and it was 60, 70, 80 laps or whatever the hell it was. And we had to break in the middle, this, that, and the other. It didn't matter. Nothing really mattered until the last 10 laps. And then we tore every car up.
Yeah.
So it's the same argument that you're making, I feel.
Yeah, this is not the Daytona 500. You don't have a week's worth of practice to build up for it. It's not the biggest race of the year. It's not 500 miles to survive and be there at the end to win the biggest race in the sport. This is 500 miles to see if you could survive Atlanta. So, and not knocking Atlanta. Atlanta has been a great track. It's been on the schedule since 1960. I applaud Marcus Smith because they accomplished the goal that they were trying to accomplish. So many times so many times in NASCAR, people want to accomplish a goal and they make huge risky strides to accomplish that goal and then completely miss the mark. NASCAR, 550 package. As I take a sip of our official sponsor, 550 horsepower Loyalist Tears.
Yeah. Come on,
the
Cam.
Official drink of the podcast. But
the official drink of the Big Motor Small Blade podcast.
Yes. And yeah, same goes for Xfinity and trucks too. Truck races are entirely too long. truck races also should not be on Friday nights. They should always be Saturday's companion with Xfinity races.
Yeah, just like the Martinsville truck race should not be a Thursday night. It should be Friday during the day before the Xfinity race.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
It is really stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
I just found that out today and decided it was really stupid.
Yeah. Kind of leading into trucks. Truck race was the truck race. It was a they wrecked some. They didn't wreck that much. But we saw a truck race at a super speedway. I mean, it was just they rode around the top, rode around it. Well, they rode around top. Normally they run around the bottom, so that was a change. But they rode around single file line, and then at the end of the race, then at the end of the race, we were cucked out of a great finish because John Hunter Nemechek was however many laps down and decided to block from third on back for his teammates, which was absolutely bonkers. And we need to enforce a blue flag rule immediately.
We need a blue flag rule. We need an unsafe release rule, and we need pit road speed limiters. I will die on these hills.
An unsafe release
in the pits.
I mean,
because you can kill somebody in the pit lane.
Yeah, that's fair. I've never even thought about that until like this moment. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Anyway, that was random. I apologize.
What happened is,
I was thinking about it today, so that's why I brought it up. What happened was, sorry.
What happened in the truck race? Corey Heim and Chandler Smith both drive for Kyle Busch Motorsports. I think they're running first and second. Yeah, they're running first and second. They come up to lap their teammate, John Hunter Nemechek, who hit the wall because he's talentless.
He's a hack.
He's not. Absolute hack. He's not talentless. I just don't care for John Hunter and many of the things he does on the racetrack. John Hunter gets into third position on the racetrack. He was like however many laps down and proceeds to block for his teammates. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely ridiculous. I thought it was stupid. They should have black flagged him. But I don't really care that much. It's a truck race. And
as Bill Burr would say, that's absolute reprehensible behavior.
And then Corey Heim pulls out, passes Chandler Smith. John Hunter blocks for him, and they win the race. Whatever. It was stupid. That was just something I needed to rant about, and I felt like all of you needed to hear it because duh. And then
Xfinity race. Do you feel a weight coming off your shoulders? But
yeah, it's so much weight lifted off my shoulders.
Now you only weigh 200 pounds. 45-year-old fuck.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me just fucking never mind. Anyway, Xfinity race. The GOAT won.
Yeah. I are you surprised?
I am not surprised that Ty Gibbs won. No. Ty Gibbs won again. It's the second one of the year.
Randy won.
Randy, Ty Gibbs. Tyson Randall Gibbs, whatever.
Tyrone Randy Gibbs.
Yeah, it's Tyler Randall Gibbs. Yeah. He won. He had to cancel his date because Saturdays are for the boys. Don't we all know that?
And he partied. I'm really curious what a Ty Gibbs party looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I think he was just like, man, let's crush some Mountain Dews and snort some Smarties, man.
I'm thinking like Halo.
Most crew guys are like 40 and just done with it.
I think it was just
like, him. God, I hate this kid. I hate the owner's kid.
I think it was just him on an Xbox 360 playing Halo
Fortnite.
3. And like, I say that like
freaking hacks.
Drinking like Capri Suns or some shit.
Exactly what I imagine Buddy from Ty Gibbs doing on a Saturday night.
Yeah, it's probably Fortnite. But yeah.
Yeah, probably Fortnite. We'll ask Ty. We ever see Ty, we'll ask him, what do you do?
And why do you not go by Randy? Exactly.
Okay, that's stupid. We're not asking the GOAT that.
Oh, I'm just gonna be like, so Randy.
Anyway, so both the Xfinity truck races decided by a last lap pass. Woo!
Would it happen again? Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it
anyway.
would.
You wanted to talk about the IndyCar race, or at least give a shout out.
I do want to talk about the IndyCar race. First and foremost, shout out to Joseph, the GOAT Newgarden, for getting it done. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing.
I got a gripe with that, but okay, go ahead.
Whatever. Joseph's awesome. So EABOD, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to our
Jimmy Jam. Jimmy. Put in that clip of me spazzing out saying Jimmy Jam.
All right, I'll do that. Shout out to our boy James Jimothy Johansson III, getting a 6th place run today at Texas.
Whole 6th. Good for him.
And
absolutely awesome for Jimmy.
He was running in 5th ahead of Scott Dixon and had to save some fuel. Ended up 6th.
Oh, is that why he got passed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been waiting on a really solid, awesome Jimmy Johnson IndyCar run, and we finally got it. And
bodes well for the 500, man.
Bodes real well for the 500. Yeah. I'm excited now.
It's cool. It's cool to see Jimmy, like, even in his waning years of his career, proving that, hey, I still fucking got it.
He still got it.
He does. Good for him. I got a gripe with this race. Maybe it's a based opinion. I don't know. I thought the race was mid at best, like that Texas IndyCar race. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't like
long as shit. Nothing really happened.
No, okay, I mean,
not nothing happened, but not a whole lot happened.
I thought
Scott McLaughlin led the entire race, and then he couldn't get it around lap traffic because of air, and Joseph Newgarden won because of that.
Yeah, I mean IndyCar
it reminded me of a 550 NASCAR at Texas.
That's a little bit. IndyCar racing on big ovals outside of Indianapolis, which is for some reason immune to this or somewhat immune to this, is
because they're based the design of their cars around Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, maybe they need a separate package for every other track.
No, Texas is not worth any other package, and they don't even race on any other big super speedways in Texas. Right? Yeah.
I wish they'd go back to Fontana, but I don't think it's useful anymore. But
yeah, well, they should go to Atlanta. No, they shouldn't.
No, no.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They should just swallow their pride and go back to Charlotte. But I know, God forbid. That happened in 2000.
Oh, a certain someone we both know is like, oh my God, we have to go back to Michigan. It's a crime. But yet you ask them the same question and they're like, oh, about Charlotte. And they're like, oh, never go back to Charlotte. They killed people in the grandstands. I'm like, they killed people in the grandstands of Michigan too, but okay.
And then they finished that race.
Yeah, they did finish that race. Yeah. Shout out to my man Humpy having some humanity. They did not do that. I will say a lot of my fears about Atlanta coming into it, were not. They were put at ease a little bit.
That wreck at the end of the race was kind of not scary, but
it was pretty bad. I don't think that was as much a product of. I mean, it was a product of super speedway racing, but we could have seen the same wreck had it not.
Yeah, but the likelihood would have been way lower.
Yeah. I did think the guys out there showed a lot more respect than I had seen in a really long time.
Yeah, because a lot of the big incidents were just
we saw three guys spin out. We saw Stenhouse, Chastain, and Reddick spin out from the lead in front of the entire field because of, like we said earlier, they were putting too much rear camber in it and cut left rear, right rears. I can't remember which one.
Most of them were right.
Yeah. And for the most part, they were 2 to 3 car incidents. Chastain, it was literally just him.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of, I think everybody would have guessed that this would have been, I mean, we definitely had our wrecks. That's going to happen. But I expected I'm like, people like Joey Logano is going to wreck the entire field just being stupid.
Yeah.
And we didn't see that. And that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the Larson Hamlin thing, like should he have gotten off of him? Yeah. Could he? I don't know. Larson did have a bit of damage on the car.
It seemed like it was really hard. The accordion effect during the race was pretty bad. It seems like it was really hard to do that. And it wasn't like, Denny wrecked 17 other guys like Brad did at Daytona. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you on that for sure. Yeah, I think I was honestly surprised. I thought guys were just going to go in there with their, heads on the floorboard and falling out the window.
I did think this race would have been better if the track was, I don't know, like 15 feet wider. That's just me.
I don't really understand. Concept. I don't really understand the track or the design thought process.
I don't understand that.
Like, let's make the front stretch wide as fuck, and then funnel it down getting into turn one. Why? I think whoever, like, I know iRacing, I guess, basically designed this, but they must have been a big fan of like NR 2003 when you go to Daytona or whatever and you turn the aggressiveness to 100. That's probably what they were big fans of.
Yeah.
Because that's what this kind of looked like, just side by side the entire time, and then somebody go high and then somebody dart under them, and then that's what it reminded me of when I saw it.
iRacing for me, I get wrecked all the time. So
yeah, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I didn't understand the funnel factor. Is what we're going to call it. The funnel factor of why the track was so much wider on the front stretch and then funneled in, to basically two grooves through 1 and 2. I thought it could have benefited from that being a little bit wider. We could have seen 3 grooves. And I thought it would have produced I thought it might have produced better racing had it had 2 grooves. Or not 3 grooves, more than 2 grooves. 3 grooves.
I guess
just because you saw guys running 2 by 2 by 2, and it's hard to make moves.
Yeah.
When it's like that, you are kind of relying on a line either falling back or moving forward in order for you to make a move. Where if it's 3 lanes, you can form your own line or someone coming from the back.
I wonder if that had the effect of keeping guys from making ridiculous moves, though, because there just literally was nowhere to go to make a ridiculous move.
Yeah, that also is very true. I do think this whole 2 groove thing, I think it's gonna only get. I'm trying to debate whether it's going to get worse or better, because the track's going to age. Now, granted, this is a long-term thought. It's not going to be an issue for quite some time. But when the track ages, if they're still doing the super speedway style racing at Atlanta, we're just going to see an early 2000s Daytona race.
Probably eventually
at that point. Yeah. It's which is fine. Those are fun. I'm trying to think. I had another thought here and I totally just blanked on it.
Well, based off of like Daytona's aging process, I don't think it'll get better. Like we won't add more grooves. So
no, it's definitely not going to add more grooves by any stretch of the no.
So the best case scenario is this track starts to get really bumpy and we end up with a track that's hard to drive, but you can still keep the throttle down. And it keeps everybody close, but not so damn close that they're on top of each other, checking each other's colons.
I saw some mixed opinions from drivers. Some drivers were like, it's fine, whatever. Some guys thought it was fun, and then obviously they were probably more of the veteran drivers. Yeah, Kyle Busch. Kurt Busch also wasn't a fan of this either. Kurt was like, they said, what does this prepare you, or does this give you any preparation for the July race? He goes, hopefully we'll be unrestricted in July. Not going to happen, but yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I thought I had fun with this race. I thought that it was, for what it was fun, but we don't need to keep doing this. And I saw someone, I think it was Eric Estep, said that super speedway racing is like a big, dumb action movie. It is entertaining, but it's not sophisticated, and
there's no substance.
Exactly. Yeah. So as long as we can, keep it to where this is it. We only have Atlanta, Daytona, Talladega.
Which is still too many.
It's, well, 3 too many, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now, if they could run the numbers and find out that it's that they would think it's safe to run one with the 670 low downforce package in July, obviously we're supposed to go to that race, so I would love that. Just even if I wasn't, just solely for comparison's sake.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If they do that, we're going to see a groove around. We're just not going to see a great race.
Yeah, admittedly,
because it's going to be a repave.
Yeah.
And repaves are never good.
Yeah. I think to me, it's like taking the next gen car to the Indianapolis Oval. I think it's worth trying.
Yeah, it's worth trying. I think, I think down the road, once the track ages, I think we will be able to unrestrict these cars.
Yeah, probably.
Realistically, we probably could now, but they're having their fun while they can, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we were saying about the shorter races. Is if we're going to keep adding super speedways, and shorten the races, and we'll cut down on our super speedway racing that way. We'll take a different approach to it.
Well, yeah, you and I are in agreement. We need one Daytona Oval race, and we need a 400.
Man's read my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We haven't talked about this. And we need a 400-mile and a 500K Talladega race. And then Atlanta.
I was literally just about to say that.
Oh, really?
I know we've talked about it. Yeah.
And then Atlanta needs to be, normal. That would be plenty of super speedway racing for me. 3 races.
Daytona road course. Yeah.
Yeah. I just referring to the actual super speedway racing we get.
Yeah.
That'd be plenty for me.
The second Daytona Oval race.
Yeah.
But take out a road course too. I feel like 7's too many.
I guess we'll have to have that discussion later. I don't know which one you take out.
We can talk about it next week.
I guess we can.
COTA.
Yeah, we're going to get our first opportunity to see what COTA is actually going to be like, hopefully.
Yeah, and to see what this next gen car is going to be like on a road course.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that here in a minute.
We'll get there.
Yeah. The finish of the race. So, I mean, like we were saying, super speedway racing, this was fun, but it all boils down to everybody's going to chill out for about 30, 40 laps, and then they're all going to go batshit insane at the end of the race. And that's exactly what happened. They ran in a line for about the last 25 laps of this race. William Byron in the lead. Bubba Wallace second. Ryan Blaney was third. Get down to the white flag. Ross Chastain makes a move. Goes to the bottom. Bottom lane had been trying to work. Bottom lane was not the place to be.
No, that did remind me of the Charlotte All-Star race that one time, because the turn radius is just too tight.
Yeah. Which it did work with the right cars.
Yeah. A handful.
Like Daniel Suarez was able to pull him around the bottom. Chase Elliott was able to pull him around the bottom. They had fast cars. If you had a fast enough car and you had a couple good cars, you could make headway around the bottom of the track.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could almost actually make more headway around the bottom than you could at like a Daytona with less cars. But the top was still the preferred.
Yeah, I don't know.
Daytona's
different though, because it's more just about the amount of cars in the line at Daytona.
Yeah. Whereas this is, definitely more of the.
This actually does change the way your car kind of reacts and drives depending on what line you're at. Daytona, it's more just you get 15 cars in the bottom line, then that's gonna go.
Yeah, I did like that, how it did. Handling did come into play. You had guys set up for, did they want to be trimmed out for all out speed, or did they want to handle good in traffic? And you saw that bite a couple guys. Kevin Harvick was nowhere to be found. Before we even get to the finish of the race, you know what time it is.
It's time for the Happy Cat Kevin Harvick report.
Happy Cat Kevin Harvick report. Oh shit!
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Buddy is the dingiest of dinguses.
I had this plan. I was like, I'm gonna pick up Happy and I'm gonna spin around, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm attached to things. I fucked up everything.
Here's your sign.
Anyway, Happy Cat, yeah. Here's your sign. And an active Mountain Dew. Fantastic.
Happy Cat, clean it up.
Happy Cat, clean it up. He's working on it. Happy Cat, Kevin Harvick report. So Kevin Harvick, he led laps today. It was a joyous, 2 laps that he was up front. It was like 200 to go. He takes the lead, and I'm like, let's see, 200 to go. Yeah, I think he can hang on to it.
It was like Jeff Gordon early in the race, 20 laps in, Kyle Busch leading. He's like, yeah, Kyle Busch got the right idea. Get out in front, stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about Fox too. Oh God. Kevin Harvick, he led a couple laps with about 200 to go. His car was tremendously terrible. He couldn't handle worth a shit. If he got further back than third or fourth, he might as well put him in the back. He was terrible. His car was good, fine out front, but his car didn't handle worth a shit. He was edgy in traffic all race long, and then he finally was about 7th, 8th, and I think it was, what wreck was it? Was it the Reddick? No, it was the Ricky Stenhouse wreck, where Stenhouse spins down the track, collects Austin Cindric, and they go back up the racetrack, and they're coming back up the racetrack, and Harvick's just minding his own business up at the top, slowing down for the wreck that's coming up the racetrack, clearly coming up the racetrack. Did I mention they are going up the racetrack? And Eric Jones brake checks Harvick and turns right and destroys Harvick's left front. So congratulations, Eric Jones.
The man Rick.
Yeah. And that was pretty much the end of Kevin's day. They lapped him a couple more times after that, and he waved to him as they went by. So overall, a disappointing day for the number one Kevin Harvick fan on this podcast. So
on this podcast, yeah.
I've beaten Happy. That's all that matters.
Happy doesn't know who the fuck Kevin Harvick is.
He does not know who the fuck is. You don't even know who your namesake is, and you're not even oh, you're right there. Anyway, so that's been your Happy Cat.
Yep,
that was your Happy Cat Kevin Harvick report. We don't need a Kyle Larson report because he wrecked
again.
Yeah, he wrecked again. Kyle Larson. I told you at the end of last year, man. He's not as good as he was.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go through Kyle Larson's season. Let's do the Kyle Larson.
That's
report.
not what that is.
We're gonna do the Kyle Cat.
Larson wrecked Harvick at Daytona, won California, got beat at Vegas, blew an engine, and then wrecked at a super speedway.
Spring, and then wrecked at a super speedway.
Yeah, it's not a super speedway until Kyle Larson wrecks.
Yeah, that was the moment Atlanta Motor Speedway became Atlanta Super Speedway.
Yeah, that was the moment when Kyle Larson wrecked today. That was the moment Atlanta became ass.
That was the moment Walter White became Heisenberg.
Yeah. Ass as in A.S.S. Not ass as in the word ass.
Yes.
To make that clear.
But that's how I'm going to title it.
Yes.
Ass.
Anyway, the finish of the race, like we said, it was a super speed race. They're boiling down to the last moment. Like I said, setting the stage. Bubba is in second. And dude, I should have picked Bubba Wallace. As soon as I picked Tyler Reddick, I was like, that was a dumb move. And look at that, he wrecked. And then watching practice, I was like, I should have picked Bubba Wallace. And I was about to look like a fucking moron. And then
you still did.
Oh yeah, I still did. But Ross, Bubba makes a block on Ross. They get too wide into one. And Ryan Blaney about wrecks Bubba. Hell of a save by Bubba Wallace. Blaney goes up into the wall. Yeah. Christopher Bell, he was really missing that extra lane and a half he had at Atlanta last year because he drives clear below the yellow line underneath Ross yellow line. It's not yellow. What color is it? Red and white.
Red and white line.
Red and white line.
I can't wait to hear Dale Jr.
That
call
shit
that.
Drove me up. That was the worst part about this race was the fact that the out of bounds line was not yellow. That drove
or
me
that
up
it
the wall.
existed.
Yeah, that too. But like
they should make it a triple yellow line.
No, they should just make it a yellow line or a double yellow line.
They should just not have it.
My mind has been trained for so many years that is a yellow line. And anyway, whatever. That was the main gripe I had about this race.
It's irrelevant.
Screw the fact that it's a super. No, this is important. This is
the most important fucking thing.
Anyway, so Christopher Bell gets shoved under the yellow line. It was colored weird today, but it's okay. We'll get it figured out. And absolutely, like, here's my thing about super speedway racing. It's not the fact that it can be a shit show and it's a big dumb action movie with race cars. It's the fact that everybody throws their head out the window on how to win the race. No one wants to win. Everyone wants to get to second thinking they're going to win from fifth. They all go for second thinking they're going to win from fifth. That's not how this works. If you are fifth on back and you were waiting till the last lap to make your move, you're fucking stupid. Yeah. I've never understood this. If you were third, fourth on back, you got to make your move before one to go. That's how it always happens, because then we have this BS bullshit. Why I censored that and then said it. I don't know. Then we have this shit where you have Christopher Bell diving below the own line, Bubba Wallace making a dumb block on Ross Chastain. We have guys going everywhere. And guess what? None of them got to William Byron, and William Byron drove away and won this race.
Yeah.
I've never understood
same thing
this.
Happened in the Xfinity race.
If you're good, I get it. You're going to try to get the best position for, your team, but also I don't know.
Well, it's like we have a wreck in the back of the pack on the last lap of every single one of these things. It's like, guys, was getting
oh my God, dude. Yeah.
$3,000 more worth junking an entire fucking race car?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Kudos to William Byron though.
Yeah.
He led and led. And he was smart about it. We saw a couple guys that got out front. They would get too far out in front. And that's when you saw guys get runs and pass them. William Byron had a fast car and he kept Bubba Wallace at bay. He didn't let Bubba get way back and get a run on him. Granted, the last lap kind of panned out how it did. They kind of went haywire behind him. Ross and Christopher Bell got in a pissing match on the backstretch. And that was the end of the race. All for Christopher Bell to get DQ'd. So that was literally all for nothing.
No.
But William Byron held them all off and won the first Atlanta Super Speedway race.
The first ass race.
The first ass race. Yeah. Congratulations, William Byron. You are an ass man.
Would have been way funnier now if Chase Elliott had won.
That would have been.
Chase, are you
We
an
got
ass
July.
man now?
We got July.
Well, I'm going to be there. So either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Anyway, William Byron wins. He is the third Hendrick driver to win this year. Shout out to my supervisor. He called that a Hendrick driver was going to win. I asked him on Friday. I was like, who you got? He's like, Hendrick driver for sure. I was like, I don't know about that, but he was right. So shout out to him.
He got one.
Huh?
He got one.
He did. He did. But yeah, William Byron, the third Hendrick driver to win this year. Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, William Byron, and I forget who their fourth guy is.
Some dude who
some guy, yeah.
Byron's first name.
Yeah, I don't know. And anyway, not important. So congrats.
I couldn't give a hoot.
Congrats to Willie B. Maybe he'll get to hold Ryan Blaney's sister, both of Ryan Blaney's sisters' hands tonight. You know, yeah,
that's party. Ty Gibbs, that's party.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I want to say, I don't think that anybody in here gives a hoot about the fourth Hendrick driver. A hoot?
What?
Look at your hat. A hoot?
Oh, that was dumb.
I don't care.
That was really dumb.
I don't care. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of me.
I was worried, man. I was worried, because we were worried last week that me going to the Dawsonville pool room was going to break the Dolbowski curse.
We were also worried that I was going to have to buy a new Buddy Pulley.
Well, yeah, that too. But we were worried it was going to break it last week. But then I was like, wait, what if it's just setting him up to win Atlanta? And it didn't happen, so it's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
But now we go to a road
Willie B
course.
wins. Yes, Willie B wins. It was only a matter of time. This kind of been the theme of this season. It's like
it's only a matter of time.
It's like guys winning when we don't expect it to. Like Austin Cedric, we knew Austin Cedric was probably going to win.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Daytona 500. We knew Chase Briscoe was probably he could get a win.
Yeah.
Didn't really know if he would. Definitely didn't think it would be Phoenix and like race 4.
And before Tyler Reddick.
William Byron, we figured the floodgates are going to open eventually, and he wins a super speedway race. It's kind of weird. It's kind of, you don't know if it's like, are we going to have it's like these guys that we think are going to win elsewhere. It's like, are they still going to win elsewhere? Are we going to have 16 winners? Are we not?
Are we going to have 20 different winners? Who knows?
Are we going to have 20? Are we going to have 7? I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to tell at this point.
It is. I like it. Parity is fun, and
I liked it better.
I don't know what I was going with that.
I liked it better when Kyle Larson won every week.
Well, that's just you.
That's literally just me. But
yeah, exactly. Ross Chastain, it's only a matter of time before he gets his.
Yeah.
This is the second or third place finish in a row.
I almost want to pick him before Tyler Reddick. And I feel weird saying that because I feel like Tyler is gonna,
dude, honestly, yeah.
Tyler is so due, but I don't know.
I was telling Mom today, I was like, Daniel Suarez is going to win soon. Problem is Ross Chastain's going to win first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's a good problem to have.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
It's a great problem to have. Next gen has
we were getting really worried
quite a bit.
We were getting really worried there for a bit. It was just like it was only guys 35 and older winning. I'm like, well, that's not good at all. we're gonna be in trouble.
You're talking
here.
about a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna be.
It took
in
him a
trouble
little
here.
bit.
Yeah.
That streak continues of guys under 30 winning. I saw a thing. Corey Heim won the truck race. He was 19 years old. Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity race, 19 years old. William Byron was the elder statesman of the winners of the weekend.
How old's Byron? 23?
Like 22, 23. Like,
I think he's 20. He's like 23
God.
Or something. He was born in 97.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so old. Whew.
At least one of them is older than me.
You know who isn't old? Whoever Fox had their camera on in the grandstands this weekend. We need to check the Fox's cameraman's hard drive because or Fox's director's hard drive because
don't my God, but we get it.
Why are we focusing so much on children? Like it's like they're not even like they don't even care about the race. Like these people these kids that Fox focuses the cameras on in the middle of the race. They don't care. None of them care about what's going on in the race.
Yeah, they're the kind of kids who, when you've been standing at a fence for like 3 hours trying to get autographs, they're the ones whose parents come up and go, "Hey, can little Timmy get there? Because he's a child, and you got to always do good things for kids." And I go, "Eat shit! I've been standing here for 3.5 hours."
Right. Anyway, Seth hates kids.
I don't hate kids necessarily. I hate entitled parents.
I hate parents.
Who think their kids are most important thing on the planet.
Yeah. But
little Timmy deserves that hockey puck. No, I caught the hockey puck. Anyway,
this is I feel like this is like a side conversation we need to have like off the pod. But yeah, like what the hell? Like why are we all focusing on kids? So like what is going like it was it was so much. Yeah. Like it was like I saw more kids than I saw commercials.
That's a lot of kids.
And that is saying something because we saw a lot of both.
Yeah, it's
kind of like the wheels and doors. Are there more wheels or more doors? Were there more kids shown on TV or were there more commercials shown on TV during the NASCAR race?
We're going to have to keep up with that next week.
Yeah, we will. During the Fox broadcast. Well, we won't because I tweeted at Fox. I was like, "Hey, I'm a grown adult and I watch NASCAR too." And Fox deleted my comment or deleted my tweet. I tweeted it again because I thought, okay, maybe it didn't send. And then I realized, no, Fox deleted it.
Yeah.
And then after that, magically we're showing adults. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
We got on this podcast. We were like, we want big motors, small blades. Well, we got big motors, small blades.
Well, just think, you ended up
and I said, hey, grown people watching NASCAR too. Guess what? We saw the old heads watching NASCAR.
You ended up on TV a whole lot more when you looked younger.
I did. I have not ended up on TV since I had the beard. Kevin Harvick, you need to win so I can get back on TV.
Yes.
Exactly.
As many races as we sit together.
Sure enough, out of the group, who's been on TV most recently? Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah. YRM, young Ryan Moser.
YRM.
He was at the race today.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Yeah, he meant to say, he was like, the racing in person was amazing. He had never been in a super speedway race before. Said the racing in person was amazing. He said it was action-packed. The crowd was electric. They were into it. And he agreed that Atlanta fans are surprisingly nice people. Not surprisingly, but
the Atlanta fan base are
we know who they pull for. And so judging by that,
they are the best.
They have a bad rap. They're the best crop of Clyde fans there are.
Yes.
Shout out to Atlanta fans. You guys are awesome, and we can't wait to hang out with you guys in July.
Yep.
Shout out to Ryan for his insight, quote unquote. He
good kid.
Yeah, good kid.
I don't hate all kids.
Yeah. Dude, why were all the commercials like? It's so. I just put something together, and we are not going to visit it on the podcast. Never mind. Forget my thought. We're done.
They did have that. Done. No, we're not done.
We're talking about Coda now. I just thought of something. We're talking about Coda now. All right. I will tell you after the pod what I was thinking about.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Coda race cars.
Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, Circuit of the Americas is where we're going next week. Yes, Chase, we are keeping the road courses.
Yep, just so you can finish second again.
Yeah, even though he won Coda last year. Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
Coda, we're getting a fair shot. We didn't put We are terrible. We're
We're
terrible at our own podcast. We didn't do the bitching scale, and we didn't do our sundress and
All right.
dumbass again. Jesus. We'll get this eventually, folks.
We will eventually figure out the podcast game.
All right, bitching scale. On a scale from highest being
cheese grater asphalt.
Cheese grater asphalt.
Yep.
R.I.P. my boy.
You massacred my boy.
You massacred my boy. Okay. Highest being that, lowest being the NASCAR fan poll question they're going to ask after this. Where do you rate ass super speed? Ass. Where do you rate ass? How do you rate NASCAR's ass today?
I'm going to rate it a nuclear fallout.
You thought it was that bad?
No, I'm not going to rate it a nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
One dead puppy.
I'm going to rate it how high they were running around the top there those last 30 or 40 laps. I thought it was fun. As long as we keep it specific to Atlanta, whatever, we can do this. Whatever. I would like them to move to All-Star race here.
And then only have 1 points race.
Huh?
And then only have 1 points race.
Yes, that's an idea. That is an idea.
Yeah.
Big brain. Big brain.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And then we could still get rid of Texas.
Well, we can get rid of Texas anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck Texas.
Yeah, fuck Texas. Okay. Now, our sundress and dumbass. Okay, we're here. All right. Who you got?
Jimmy Johnson.
You got Jimmy Johnson for your sundress?
Yes.
I thought it was a good sundress, and I totally forgot who my sundress was. So I'm really disappointed. My dumbass.
Or also Kevin Magnuson. I got my Haas back. Don't.
Oh, I was like, who? I forgot like what Kevin Magnuson raced. I watched the race. I know he finished fit. Like,
yeah.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, I could go for Jimmy sundress award. You sure you want to give it to Ty Gibbs?
No, because then he'll go party with a Capri Sun.
Yeah, it's true. I almost want to. Yeah. Shout out to Ty Gibbs's date. I'm sorry. That's rough getting stood up on a date.
Yeah.
I've never had that happen, but I'm sure eventually it will. So sorry.
The worst part would be
if he's
seeing it on.
Here's the thing. You know now that every time Ty Gibbs wins, he's gonna stand you up, and Ty Gibbs is the GOAT, so you might as well just move on.
Yeah. The worst part about that would probably be because you're watching on TV and then you hear
he says it on
TV.
Well, one says it on the radio that, hey, I got a date after this. So at least he was thinking about you. And then
he goes, nah, I'm with my boys.
Oh God. This poor kid, he's got so much to learn.
Yeah. Like,
oh
dude,
God.
Come on.
We're gonna get Ty Gibbs on this podcast just to talk to him about life. Not even racing, just life. He's got racing figured out.
Jesus has got racing figured out for him.
Oh no. So who's our dumbass? Who's our dumbass?
Marcus Smith.
What? You just massacred my boy. Nah, I'm not gonna give it to Marcus Smith. I can't get behind that. God, I had somebody for my dumbass. Oh, who was it? Dude,
it was from the
put
Xfinity
it on
race,
Twitter.
It was from the Xfinity race.
Hold on.
Fuck, you told me.
Oh, I got it. Myatt Snyder and company. Congratulations, you are a dumbass of the week. No, Myatt Snyder in the Xfinity race. He's like inside row 1 on the green white checker. And they come over there, they're like, hey, your car's broken. or no, Myatt said to his team, he's like, this car's fucking broken. And then he's coming around 3 and 4 to get the green, and he's sparking like no one's business. Hello.
What?
Your computer popped on.
Oh,
anyway, he was sparking like no one's business. Clearly something's wrong. Clearly he's not going to go. Clearly he's not in any position to be out there leading the pack.
Yeah.
They get the restart. Or no, they come over to the radio and said, should we pit? Mike Snyder asked, should he pit? And they go, nah, stay out. I'm pretty sure that was like a direct quote too.
Yeah.
So he goes down to the turn 1. Riley Herbst dives underneath him because, he's sparking. And Riley Herbst is like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And Mike Snyder just drives across his nose and spins himself out.
Yep. That was really dumb.
Yeah, really dumb. Dumbass award? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very much so. Riley Herbst does a lot of dumb things. That one was not on him. So congratulations, Riley Herbst.
For not doing something dumb.
For not doing something dumb, yes.
Incredible. Well, actually, have we given him the dumbass award yet?
No, I forget Riley Herbst is a thing until he does something stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He'll probably get one.
We could give it to the hauler driver from... We're not going to give it to that guy.
Let's not pile on him.
No. Here's why. Here's why we don't give it to that hauler driver. Because Ryan was sitting there watching it. He watched this happen at the track.
Oh my God.
He watched this happen at the track.
Oh, man.
And he said that the guy was pulling out. The guy was sitting there arguing with the fucking guy. The truck driver was talking to, presumably arguing. This is all with the guy directing traffic out of the tunnel, and the guy directing traffic was like, go. And what we think, this is totally speculative, we have no clue what actually happened. What we think is the guy was like, yo, I can't fit my truck in there now. Like, nah, you good, I seen a truck go through there before, you got it. And he went through and wrecked the shit.
I don't think you can use that voice, but either way, there should be a clearance sign on there, and the truck driver should know what his clearance is. So I don't care what he's telling you to do.
Hole in our theory.
I don't care what he's trying to tell you. If your clearance is not there, then you can't go.
Yeah, probably. Truck driver went out.
If I was driving my truck through a drive-through and the clearance said 3.5 feet, I'd be like,
we understand what you're saying.
Okay. I'm piling on him a little bit now.
Yeah.
They're both dumbasses. We'll give him honorable mention, dumbass award.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, truck driver tried to go through a tunnel, ripped the whole whole roof of his thing off. Feel bad for that guy.
I don't. That was dumb.
You need a job. Domino's is hiring. But Coda, that's where we're going next.
Yes.
Should be fun. Coda's getting a redo. It was a kind of a shit show last year. This year
they get a second inaugural race.
Yes, they do. And we get to see his next gen car. And what's the over under on how bad Kyle Larson is going to beat Chase Elliott in this race?
The line is, I think, at like 3.5 seconds.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think I'll put him right at 3.5. Put him right at the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go wash on that one.
Yeah, wash. Yeah, I don't know. Who you got for Coda?
I am gonna go with.
I mean, you can pick Kyle Larson.
I can. I'm not going to though. I'm gonna pick Tyler Reddick.
Oh damn! I can't believe I wasted my Reddick pick.
Oh man!
Because before you said Tyler Reddick, I was like, oh, I should pick Reddick. That'd be a good pick. And then I'm like, oh no, I did.
We had this conversation already.
Shit.
Do it. Pick Chase Elliott.
I'm not picking Chase Elliott.
Oh man.
I'm picking
Good Lord, pick something.
Oh.
Just get like 4
I'll
guys.
pick Chase Elliott. I really didn't want to, but I'm really behind in these picks.
You're like 2 points behind.
Yeah, it's too far. It's too many. Okay. Coda. Shout out to that's what I was gonna say a minute ago. Shout out to all the people that met our boy Ryan at Atlanta, and hopefully you're watching the podcast since he said he told all of you about the podcast. So shout out to all of you.
We'll hope to see y'all.
And if you're not watching because Ryan didn't tell you, fuck you, Ryan.
I was like, how's that logic work exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that's been the podcast.
That has been the podcast.
Comment, like, subscribe, or dislike. It doesn't really matter. Just subscribe, really. That's all you don't have to really watch. Just subscribe. No, watch.
Watch and don't subscribe.
No. Watch and subscribe, but
okay,
you can dislike.
Let's frame this like a fan council question.
Meeting.
No, a fan council question.
Okay.
Would you rather subscribe and watch the Big Motor Small Blade podcast?
Yes.
Or
the
genocide of all dolphins? I think you got to pick.
I'm just saying.
Like you got to pick Big Motor Small Blade. Yeah.
I'm just saying we're pretty cool.
We're better than the genocide of all dolphins.
We are pretty. Yeah. I would have imagined happy input. Yes.
He agrees.
Happy says yes.
And that's the Happy Cat NASCAR fan council report.
That's the Happy Cat NASCAR fan council report.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's been the show, boys. I think that was all I had. Well, no, I'm making sure that there was nothing else we needed to talk about.
I really hope not, since we've been on this for like what feels like 2 hours now.
Yeah, it's true. There was something. I'll make it quick. This race, I know I like damn near fell asleep in this race.
You did fall asleep last year though, so I guess that's an improvement. You went from
I didn't fall asleep during Atlanta last year.
Thought you told me you did during the spring.
No, that was some other, I can't remember what race. It's good, dude. This race had to have been mentally taxing on everyone.
Yeah, I would bet.
Like, oh my God. Like, it's not like Daytona and Talladega. It's like, I feel like you can ride.
Yeah.
I feel like even when they were just riding here, they were like, it was just, because it's like, you do, like, they're balls to the wall, like 2 by 2 by 2, like the entire way.
Yeah. And
these cars are so on edge. Like, I feel like it was, I don't know. Kudos to everybody today for that. And I will leave on a positive note.
All right. That's been the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. He's been Sundress. No, he's been Dumbass, and I've been Sundress. I guess today I am Dumbass. He's been Big Motor. I've been Small Blade. Thank you for listening / watching. Subscribe. There's Happy Cat. And we will see y'all next week with the Coda episode. Thank you.